Before the foundations of the earth were laid, your name was spoken. Before stars illuminated the darkness, your purpose was established. You are no accident of creation, no random assembly of dust and breath. You are a masterpiece, crafted with intention by the Master's hand. Your days written in His book before one of them came to be. When doubt whispers that you are insignificant, remember David, the forgotten shepherd boy who became a king. The hands that strummed simple melodies in fields would later guide a nation. Your current obscurity is not your final story. When fear claims you are inadequate, recall Moses, stammering before the burning bush, questioning his calling. "Who am I?" he asked. Yet the question was never about his ability, but about God's sufficiency. Your inadequacy is the perfect canvas for divine adequacy. When failure haunts your steps, think of Peter, who denied his Lord 3 times, yet was restored to become a rock upon which faith would stand. Your mistakes are not your identity. They are moments on your journey toward redemption. When obstacles tower before you like impenetrable walls, remember Joshua and Jericho, where impossibilities surrendered to obedience. The walls fell not by military might, but by faithful persistence. Your impossible situation awaits only your obedient advance. When resources seem too few, consider the widow of Zarephath, with just enough flour and oil for one final meal. What appeared to be the end became endless provision. Your scarcity is the stage upon which God demonstrates abundance. When your strength fails, contemplate Samson, whose greatest victory came in his greatest weakness. With arms stretched between pillars and heart stretched toward heaven, he accomplished more in defeat than in all his former strength. Your weakness is not a liability. It is a doorway to dependency on divine power. When darkness surrounds you, recall Joseph, forgotten in a prison cell, seemingly abandoned to injustice. Those years of darkness were not wasted. They were preparation for purpose. Your season of obscurity is cultivating character for your coming responsibility. When your past disqualifies you, think of Rahab, whose scarlet cord transformed a life of shame into a legacy of faith. Her name, once whispered in scandal, now stands in the lineage of Christ. Your yesterday does not determine your tomorrow. When delay disheartens you, remember Abraham, who waited decades for the fulfillment of promise, whose body was as good as dead before Isaac's birth announced that nothing is too difficult for God. Your waiting is not God's forgetting, it is His perfect timing unfolding. When persecution surrounds you, consider the 3 Hebrew children who faced the furnace rather than forsake their faith. What was meant to destroy them became the stage for divine visitation. Your trial is not your termination. It is your testimony under construction. When grief overwhelms you, remember Job, who lost everything yet discovered that when possessions, position, and people were stripped away, presence remained. Your loss, though painful, cannot separate you from eternal love. Like Esther, you have come to the kingdom for such a time as this. Like Nehemiah, you are positioned to rebuild what lies in ruins. Like Ruth, your faithfulness in famine is leading to fields of favor. Like Paul, your thorn may remain, but grace will always be sufficient. The same power that parted seas still makes ways where there seem to be none. The same voice that calms storms still speaks peace to chaos. The same love that stretched out arms on Calvary still reaches for you in your darkest moment. You are sealed by the Spirit, redeemed by the Son, and loved by the Father. Heaven knows your name. Angels attend your path. Victory awaits your advance. So rise up, child of God. Step forward, heir of promise. Move out, vessel of purpose. Let not your heart be troubled by what eyes can see, for we walk by faith, not by sight. Let not your spirit be discouraged by what ears can hear, for greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. Let not your soul grow weary in well-doing, for in due season you shall reap if you faint not. Your tears are collected in his bottle. Your prayers rise as incense before his throne. Your name is engraved on his palms. Now is your moment. Today is your day. This is your season to arise and shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon you. The fire of divine purpose burns within you. Fan it into flame. Let nothing extinguish what God has ignited. Let no one diminish what heaven has declared. Let no circumstance define what destiny has decreed. You were born for this, created for glory, designed for impact, called for greatness not measured by human standards, but by divine purpose fulfilled. Go forth in bold confidence, not in yourself, but in the one who began a good work in you and will be faithful to complete it. Stand strong, brother, and subscribe to join us